Hey everybody, it's Jay and Krista is over there steaming the wedding gown. We're with Say I Do Forever and we are working on Hot Topic Wednesday and we are going to give you the 7 signs.
Well, why am I steaming?
Why are you steaming? You're steaming because you're trying to get caught up with all of your busyness because you're busy.
Yeah, so Jay's like, we gotta make a video. We have Hot Topic Wednesday. And I'm like, I have no time. I'm steaming. So he just grabs the camera and decides, we're gonna do this.
We're doing it.
So
this is our Wednesday, is our Hot Topic Wednesday.
And we're talking about when you're ready to get married anyway, and I'm steaming wedding gowns. So
imagine that. So we're talking about 7 signs that you are ready to get married. So this obviously is for newlyweds and people just starting to get a handle on getting married and, going through what you're going to go through. So, number 1 is you have learned good communication skills.
What?
She's being funny. You've learned good communication skills, right, Krista?
I'm not ready to get married. We have to So communication is probably the number one thing that when we were doing kind of sitting and writing these down, I was thinking all of my brides that I'm working on their dresses, I'm praying for them, I'm praying for their future marriages, I'm talking with them. Sorry, it will gurgle, but
it's okay.
I'm talking to them, I'm praying that they're ready to get married, and I think communication is number 1 on some skills you need to have, because you're going to have to navigate some pretty big topics.
For sure.
And you need to be a good communicator, and your spouse needs to be a good communicator. So we'll do a whole video on communication.
Absolutely. And that is number 1. Now for number 2 is you have learned... I should probably bring this over here so I can read it. You have learned to think more about others than self. Basically, don't be selfish. When you achieve not being selfish, you're ready for marriage. Would you like to add to that?
No. Would you like
Are
that?
you good, or would you rather me steam?
Hey, don't be selfish.
Uh-oh.
You should
I better not volunteer to steam.
No, being selfish is basically you can stem all marriage problems and all breakdowns from one thing, and that's selfishness.
Yep, absolutely.
Correct?
Correct.
You agree?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree 150%. I agree.
We all learned some really good how not to be selfish, and we'll share that in a full video.
Yeah, and you'll get a kick out of something I did early on when we were just married, like brand new newlyweds, what I did, and boy was I an idiot. So we'll talk about that when we talk about number 2. Number 3, you have learned good conflict skills. There's nothing like dealing with conflict when you're married and actually dealing with it correctly.
Yes.
And not fly off the handle and lose your cool and be a hyperspaz, because you don't need to do that. There's a very calm, rational way to deal with conflict.
Correct. So you need to be a good fighter, because fights are going to happen. Fighting fair.
You need to fight fair.
So we'll do a whole video on that.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then number 4 is that you and your partner share similar goals. Like being on the same page as far as your goals. Yeah. I mean, you've got to, if you do goal setting, which we've already done a goal setting post or video, and if you sit down and you work on goals together, you're bound to have we hope that you at least have 1 or 2 goals that are similar.
Yeah, and I mean,
that you want to achieve together as a couple.
There's so many things you want to be on the same page. You want to be on the same page financially. You're never going to be fully on the same page. You're 2 different people.
Yeah.
But you want to be at least going in the same direction and compromising. That's where the communication comes in. But having some of the same goals. So if you're just dating someone right now and you have completely different goals about raising children, finances, you're going to have some major problems in marriage. So you need to have talked about all those things, and are you guys on the same page, or at least headed in the same direction?
Yeah, because I mean, it may be all la la land right now, but if you don't have somewhat similar goals in mind, it's gonna be World War III for sure, and thus possibly leading to divorce even right out of the gate before you even get started on your marriage. So, that's an important one, goal setting and making sure that you both have similar goals at least on some aspects. Number 5 is you and your partner connect on more levels than just physical. When you're dating and you got the la 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 wonderful romancy,
everything is first
physical,
physical.
ooh baby, and then
when
reality
that's
hits.
What happens?
Yeah, you got to have more than just the physical aspect of a relationship.
Hobbies together? Do you?
Well, something.
Yeah. Do you guys have same interests in whatever? It doesn't have to be everything the same, but you got to have something to go on when the physical, kind of disappears.
Yeah, you got to have something,
yeah.
and you'll find that out hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah.
The next one is number 6. You know what you are looking for in a long-term partner. You're not looking to just hook up with somebody. You're not looking for a short relationship, a short romance, or whatever.
Yeah, like what do you want in a long-term spouse? And does the person you're thinking about getting married to, does that person hold some of those qualities? Of course, they're going to be in the beginning less mature than they'll mature.
Right.
So, yeah, at the beginning they may not be perfect, but do they have some of the same values and the same qualities and that you want in a spouse? If you've got someone who spends, 24/7 gaming, you're going to have a spouse that does 24/7 gaming. Is that okay with you? Are you going to want him to go to work?
Yeah. Are you going to want him to spend time with you? I mean, if he's so obsessed with video games, you might want to confront that right up front.
But maybe you're obsessed with video games, and so that's okay with you.
And then you both are gaming.
If
you're both on the same page, it's all good.
Then you know what you're getting into.
Yep.
What about on a woman? What would be something that a value in a wife that you would want and you?
How about a woman that doesn't spend 24/7 shopping?
Yeah.
How about a woman that is going to spend time with her husband?
That's true. So if you've got a girlfriend and she just loves to shop, are you okay with the fact that she will become a wife that loves to shop all the time?
Think about this. Is she going to be like Imelda Marcos with a gazillion pair of shoes? Or is she going to be one person that is going to want to just spend time with you and hang around with you and love being around you?
Exactly.
Just because. That doesn't have to have well, you're going to go out to eat, so you're together, or you're going to go to the movies, so you're together. We're talking just together. Yeah. Just sit and talk and together. Krista and I told you guys about when we first started dating and we just talked and talked and talked in a Pizza Hut because we just had a lot in common. Mm-hmm. I mean, just even starting to date, we had a lot in common.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Yeah, and you want somebody that likes to talk to you, and more than a physical.
Yeah, and reciprocate it back too. I mean, you like talking to them, but they like to talk to you, so that's a win-win for you.
Super important.
Before you say I do.
Yes.
And then number 7 is you are on the same page or have discussed your religious views.
This is a hard one, and it doesn't matter if you believe in God or you don't believe in God, or you're Jewish or you're Christian or you're Catholic or you're Muslim or you're Buddhist. Whatever your religion and your goals, if your spouse has different religion and different values in the religion kind of realm, you're going to run across some major conflict in your marriage.
Yep.
It's really hard if people are on two different sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
There are people that make it work. There are a lot of people that make it work, but don't think it's going to be easy.
No.
So you want someone who believes the same as you.
And we've had some friends that one was a believer in the Lord and the other one was an atheist, and that didn't pan out well at all. So just saying, I mean, it might be an uphill battle and you're okay with that uphill battle. But if you're galloping the same, if you're focused on the same, I hate to say religion, but if you're focused on the same religion, it's going to go easier in your relationship and in your efforts to be a team, as opposed to trying to fight for your non-belief or belief or in this or that or whatever. So that's going to be a big.
And then
big
what
key.
Often happens is into the marriage somebody changes.
Yep.
Their beliefs too. And so how are you going to navigate that? How are you guys going? Are you guys so well at having conversation? Are you really good at communication? So you're able to just sit down and talk about things rationally and with love and just always, sometimes you disagree. So maybe it's learning how to be okay with disagreeing about some things.
Yep.
But these are all things you want to look at. These are the 7 things that tell you you're ready to get married. For me to steam your dress.
That's right. See? Right there.
Yes, and these are the things I wish I could just sit down with each of my brides and talk to them about. Are you ready to get married? Do you have are you good at communicating? Have you done some premarital counseling?
Are you guys on the same page?
Are you on the same page?
On a lot of different things.
Do you know who you're marrying? Do you know what their beliefs are? Do you know what their values are? Do you know if they're a hard worker? And in the dating phase, sometimes we polish our facade. We look better in dating than we do in marriage. So know the person that you're going to get married to.
Yeah.
Because we want it to be forever for you.
That's the whole point of this channel.
It is say I do.
Forever.
And ever, which is a good thing.
That's right. Anyway, guys, so that's the gist of the next 7 Wednesdays for Hot Topic Wednesday, and we will start with number 1 and go all the way through the 7 weeks to number 7. So we hope you guys have a great day. And from our marriage to yours, this is Jay and Krista helping you say I do forever.
Love you guys.
See ya.
See ya.